Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about speaker placement for your surrounds. I'm going to share in this video some things that I've experienced with my home theater over the past 18 years when we began building this, when we first moved into this home. I'm going to share some things that I learned from that, some things I think that work well, and some things I'd like to improve in our next home when we move. So here we are in my theater room. So this is a 13-foot wide, 19-foot deep dedicated theater room. And so we're talking about surround sound speakers. Now, when you look at Dolby Atmos and their recommended settings, they basically say all listener speakers should be at the same height, typically 3.9 feet, which is ear level for the average seated listener as defined, and then they give a number here. So ideally, they wanted about 4 feet. I'm 5'11", so 4 feet would be somewhere about right here. Ideally, if you have one row of seats, placing your speakers above the, above your seats here is a pretty good option. Now think about this. If the speaker is too low, it's going to be impeded by this side chair, or even if you had it right here at 90 degrees, which Dolby says on like a 5.1 system, actually I'm sorry, 7.1 system like I have here, your main speakers, your side surrounds could be right here in line, 90 degrees to about 110 degrees right here. So at 90 degrees, if the speaker were really low like this, if I'm sitting in the middle and somebody else is sitting right here on this right position, that sound is going to hit their head and I'm not going to really hear those surrounds, and the other side is definitely not going to hear that. So ideally, you want to get it up above the seated position, so your head is going to be here. Ideally, you want it to be a little bit higher than that, so that would put it at about that 4 foot. The challenge comes when you have multiple rows of seating like this. And so in my setup, I've got 2 rows. This rear row's raised up like another probably 12 inches to 13 inches. I chose, for a couple of reasons, to mount my surrounds a little bit higher. So as you can see, this is my main entrance right here. Initially, I had big square speakers. They weren't angled. So they sat out in the room a little bit further. I didn't want somebody walking in and doing a face plant because they didn't see what they were walking into, especially if the lights are off. I didn't want it hitting somebody, so I needed to mount these a little bit higher. So in the past, I had speakers that were kind of firing up here on this plane. Not really ideal. Once I upgraded from clips to the JTR 110 HT slants. So here you can see this right here is at a slanted angle. I don't know the exact angle, it might be 45 degrees. But basically, as you can see, this sound is coming right down towards this main listening position, but it gets good coverage from here at this position all the way over there. And because of the dispersion pattern, I'm still getting good coverage here. Now, of course, these wouldn't be directly beside here. I could have placed it maybe more in line in the center, but I didn't want to get too far back in my room either. I wanted it closer to this main row. So when you're designing your system, you got to kind of think through that. Like, what are your goals? There's not going to be optimal seating for every position. You can see back here, I've got my rear surrounds mounted really high. I can tell you right now, that's not 100% ideal. Ideally, you want them the same height as here, okay? So having all those bed layer speakers at the same height. The issue I have is I've got this door. So I only had really 2 options. I could have brought this down and mounted it maybe here on this door, possibly, but then that means I would have to take that speaker and bring it in further closer. Could have worked. I definitely didn't want to mount it right here. So I had to make the best decision with my room, and you're going to have to do the same thing. When you're building out your room, I believe every room has compromises. Even if you have even if you build your room from scratch, it's not always ideal. Sometimes you have beams in the way, sometimes you have structures in the way. But unless you can just build it from the ground up and you've got an unlimited budget, most of us have limitations to work within. So I can tell you some lessons that I learned I love having these up high and angled down. I think it gives an amazing experience here for all of these seats here. Of course, like I said, I would love to bring this down in line with these. So in the future, my next home, hopefully I've got that ability to do so. The other thing, I wish my room was deeper. It's not. 13 feet wide, 19 feet deep. So in order to accommodate my acoustically transparent screen, that's 4 foot off the wall. So it eats up a lot of the floor space. I can't put these seats any closer to a 150-inch screen. We're already 9 feet, and it's an incredibly immersive. I love it, but I wouldn't go any closer. So by doing that, by placing these here, that means that these rear seats are way back here up against this back wall. So they're really not benefiting from these rear surrounds pretty much at all. And you can see up here, my Atmos speakers, they're angled really right here for this primary listening position up in this front row. Same thing with my front 2 speakers up here. So again, this back row is kind of they're missing out. And so when you're designing your room, again, you got to kind of think through, all right, what are the goals? Is your goal to get adequate seating for everybody? If you're doing that and you got 2 rows, especially if you've got a deeper room, you may want to go with 3 Atmos speakers so that you've got coverage in the front, coverage in the middle, and coverage behind this rear row. Again, I just don't have that luxury here. But I want to make a quick video on this. I think these are absolutely phenomenal speakers. Truly, truly love what JTR brings to the table. My Atmos and having identical speakers for my surrounds as well as my 4 height speakers, game changer for me. All the time, man, I get comments in the room and people say, Michael, I've never heard Atmos quite like this. And I truly believe a big part of that is just the capability of the 110 HT SLs from JTR. These are phenomenal speakers. This is a coaxial speaker. So we have a tweeter and a mid-range driver here. And so it's producing all of those higher frequencies all the way down to kind of like your mid bass maybe. I don't know the exact frequency they go down to. I think they're probably about 60 hertz. You don't need them to dig real deep. That's what the subwoofers are for. And these are crossed over are pretty high. So I'll put the specs up here on the screen for you to make sure that I give you accurate information. But if you're looking to add your surrounds, keep that in mind. Do you have 1 row? Do you have 2 rows? If you have 2 rows, my recommendation may be mount them just a little bit higher than that 4 foot, because you want to make sure that these have adequate sound as well as these. And if you can angle them down towards your listening position, I think that provides an even better experience. That's just my preference. Some people would prefer the JTR Noesis 110 HTs, which are just straight square boxes. So they would fire straight into the room like this versus angled down. So let me know in your setup, what are your plans? What do you have in your room? How high do you have yours mounted? Do you think that's ideal? I'd love to get your thoughts down in the comments. Now, of course, if you need anything JTR, you can visit our website at obsessedhometheater.com. We've actually got quite a bit in stock, ready to ship out. We're shipping out some RS1s to some new customers. They just placed the order last Friday. They're going out this week, so I'm excited about that. So hit us up if you need anything. Love you guys. Appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Have a great week. God bless, and I'll catch you in the next video.